Woohoo! Hi friends. Hey, I'm glad I'm able to be here. Wouldn't you know it, when it rains it pours. So I'm here live with you today, and I'm gonna remind you that I get inspired all over the place by all different people, by and their creations. I get inspired by going into a home goods store and seeing color coordinations, and I just see things and I think, oh, that's really pretty. So today I'm going to share another Scrappy Strips project with you. Card making, you can incorporate this into your scrapbooking as well. We have our products, our Stampin' Up's products are just coordinate with everything. So I mix matched some stamp sets with the designer series papers that I used, but I also know that everything, because everything coordinates, even though specific papers and stamp sets and dies go together, really you can incorporate everything Stampin' Up together. Color coordinating with your cardstock or your stamp greetings, the fonts. It's totally up to you, but Stampin' Up has this awesome style where you can just grab what you love and put it together, and it works great. Okay, so today I chose, with the Scrappy Strips that I saw, I chose to do a floral project with what we're going to make today. And I love that the 6x6 papers have so many different options. So I told you to bring 12 pieces that are a 1/2 inch wide and various lengths. So it doesn't matter the lengths. And it doesn't matter that you can just use scrap papers that you absolutely love, or you can coordinate with a package of papers that we have. So I chose the Flowers for Every Season 6x6 Designer Series paper, and I chose Bumblebee as my background for the cardstock color that coordinates, and I had to go get it. So I am pretty much doing monochromatic with my card base that I'm going to be doing my Scrappy Strips technique on, or pattern on, and then I'll add it to the same color Bumblebee card base. This is a hamburger fold, so it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 in the middle. All right, now when I looked at this paper, I thought, wow, it's so pretty. There's so many options. There's lots of colors. But I wanted to keep it to just a few colors. So what I did was I pulled out my designer series paper stack, and I realized, oh my gosh, here's all these colors that really coordinate. And when you flip it over, here's all these colors that coordinate. So I decided to get a little strip of each of these colors, each of these patterns in the designer series paper. And I added a couple little pieces, like this one with the Misty Moonlight and the sunflowers, because I thought that coordinated. And then I added this blue, because that has a little hint of blue, and the rest of these, none of these have any hints of blue. So I incorporated a little bit of blue in these, but I just thought, oh my gosh, look at this. They've made it perfect for me. So easy for me to just cut little strips. So let's get going here. Now you can use Stampin' Seal, or you can use multi-purpose liquid glue. Either one is going to work great. What you do need, as we've discussed before, is your Silicone Craft Mat. And the reason that you want this is because if you're, excuse me, whether you're using Stampin' Seal or you're using multi-purpose liquid glue, either way, with these strips, you're going to get glue on the outside of your project. And instead of attaching it to your base, or, you know, getting it on your work surface, this silicone mat keeps it right on here, and this is so easy to clean. It's just awesome. All right, so I have my strips. Here is my piece of cardstock that I'm going to be working on. And let's jump in. If you have any questions, I have you up, so I'm happy to help you or answer any questions as we go along. Okay, so I've got my little strips here, 1-inch strips, and you're going to see how easy this is, and it really turns out pretty. And there are lots of options. So I think I'm going to do it lengthwise. That way you're going to see more of the variety of designer series paper. So I have laid out my 1-inch strips, and I'm going to come down here. And since this is going to be my longest piece, it's okay if you use too much glue or you go over what you're going to be using. You follow what I'm saying? It's okay to have excess glue over your mat piece that you're working on, because you've got this craft mat and it's going to take up all your glue and not get all over your work surface. So I'm just going to be making a V. That's about it. And once you get a couple down, oh, see, now this is going to be crooked, so I'm going to bend this. I'm going to move this because I can with the multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm going to move it a little bit, aren't I? Let's see. It's starting to stick already. Oh, we'll just leave it. All right, so now I'm just going to come in here and start doing sort of a weave type pattern. And if you want to put your multi-purpose liquid glue on your paper itself, you can. Or if you'd like to put your multi-purpose liquid glue right on your cardstock, you can do that too. But I had to get going a couple times with these strips to see where the placement was going to be. Now, I showed this to my team yesterday at our team meeting, and I've already seen a couple designs from those that made up their cards according to, I made it a mystery card like I'm doing today, and I've already seen a couple of their creations, and I'm telling you what, they're really pretty, needless to say. So you're bound to see lots of pretty samples using this yet another scrappy strips technique here. So shout out to Bruno Bertucci, because he's the one that started this craze. And I'm so glad he did. Doesn't everybody have some pretty papers they want to use on something? Yes. So you can see I'm just going back and forth. So it's kind of a nice little weave, kind of a quilt kind of thing. And you could go all the way down if you wanted to, if you have a lot of paper. You could use the same pattern. Totally up to you. Anything's a go. All right. Go. Should I just go with what I was going to do? Yes, I will. You could space them out as far as you want to, or you could scrunch them all together. I think I'm going to need a couple more strips, so this will be a little impromptu, because I have a feeling I'm going to need to fill in a little gap here. All right. I only have one piece left, so I'm going to find another piece to fill in this last section, which shouldn't be too hard. I think we'll just add a little touch of the blue again. Maybe I'll use this end. There we go. Use this end to fill in this last little piece. And there is a tiny little gap here at the very top, so maybe I'll find another piece. Easy to do. I've got little scrap pieces here. It's a big piece for a little tiny section, but I don't want to leave anything behind. So there we go. Now you can either take your, if you're a demonstrator, you can certainly take your little mini paper trimmer and trim this down. These are available when you signed up during Celebration. This was a free item that you got. And this has been a wonderful little tool because it's grab and go paper trimmer, or you can take your regular paper trimmer if you'd like to, and what you'll do is you'll just lay your cardstock in your trimmer and trim off the edges. But me, I'm not really comfortable. See that goop that's left on the silicone mat? That's why we have that silicone mat, so it didn't get on your work surface, so it doesn't transfer to everything else that you're working on. All right, I'm going to use my paper snips. I feel more comfortable in doing that than lining it up in my paper trimmer. And so I'm just going to cut these down. The whole purpose of that silicone craft mat was to save my work surface from that excess glue, and it did just that, because I see some glue on the back sides of these papers. And I'll lay it down closer so when it falls face up. All right, and we'll just set those aside. And voila, another pretty pattern with scrappy strips. Now you have, if you're filling it in, it's beautiful. If you're not, you can stamp your greeting right on your cardstock, or you can stamp it on a separate piece. I stamped mine on a separate piece, and I will show you, but I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my card base. Use my Stampin Seal. All right. This is another reason why you like the craft mat, because it helps move your adhesive along. Because sometimes you have to roll it up a little bit. All right, here we go. I hope I'm on. I am. Good. All right. Attaching this to my card base. And voila, we have this pretty, and it's a little bit off center, and I like that. I really like that. Now I went ahead and stamped the greeting using the pretty much the matching stamp set, 4-Season Floral. And I used the thank you. I took out one of the colors that coordinates, the Misty Moonlight, and I stamped thank you in Misty Moonlight. And I'm just going to pop that up and put it on my project, on my card base. And my card will be done. I think it would be really pretty too to take one of these stamps. I'm going to put it over here. Dare to be different. All right, there we go. I think it would be really pretty to stamp one of these florals inside here, monochromatic. And you don't have to put a word on the front. I just think it finishes it off. But one of these on the inside would be really pretty in the crushed curry, or excuse me, the bumblebee cardstock color or ink color, or you could use crushed curry, or you could just use black. But something subtle, just to give it a nice little addition. So that's the one I've done for you today, and of course I have other samples for you to enjoy. Hi Kathy, hi Joyce. All right, let's see. Okay, so last night at my team meeting, I did pretty much the same thing. I pulled out my Playing with Patterns. It's a 6x6, so you get a lot more design, twice as many designs. So I chose to go kind of monochromatic, sort of, and I came up with the Purple Posy card. I think this is the one I did last night, yes. I chose the Purple Posy project, got pieces, and coordinated those, but then when you flip it over, I also made a crushed curry design with the other colors. So these are all from the same paper pack. And the stamp set I chose was Lovely You. It has a lot of really pretty greetings that you can fit on there. If they don't fit in the space that you have, you can always do what I did on this other card, and you can pop it up on a pretty stitched rectangle, or this Stitch Shapes. This oval is from the Stitch Shapes, which is my go-to I Love You die cut assortment. But so those are those samples. Really like those as well. And then of course I had to do one using the Whale of a Time designer series paper, and there are some great sayings in the Whale Done stamp set that coordinates as well. So I chose soft sea foam. Surprisingly, it's not a color on here, but I chose soft sea foam, and really pretty colors that pop out, and you get a little hint of all the animals, the jellyfish, the seahorse, turtles, sea turtles, just regular fish, coral. I just thought that really tied in well with the stamp set itself, and I stamped the My Love for You is Bigger Than the Ocean, which I think is just perfect. And of course, if you're going to get the Whale Done stamp set, you need to get the bundle where you get the whale with the spurt of water to go along with the stamp set, so that you can punch these out, and that this punch also coordinates with the designer series paper, the whales in the designer series paper as well. So you flip that over and you can punch out whales that are already pre-designed for you. It's a couple different patterns here. Isn't that adorable? All right, so you'd think I'd be done, right? Nope, I had one more that I did, and I want to show you because I'm really excited. Today is the last day of July. However, there's 3 more days of the bonus coupons that you get before we have our August through December mini catalog that comes out. And if you don't have one of these yet, you're going to want to get one from me. Please let me know, and I'd be happy to get you one. This August through December mini catalog is, it's beautiful. From the rest of the summer through December, Christmas time, you've got all the holidays covered in this catalog, and there's some beautiful, beautiful products, needless to say, because Stampin' Up! Does that all the time. So what I did for my last card that I want to show you is from the holiday, from the August through December mini catalog. I chose plaid tidings paper. Oh my gosh, people. It's all different plaids and all different color combinations. We've got basic black, Cajun craze, cherry cobbler, cinnamon cider, mango melody, melon mambo, Misty Moonlight, Pretty Peacock, Pumpkin Pie, Rich Razzleberry, Seaside Spray, Shaded Spruce, and Whisper White. Okay, so holy, look at all these beautiful pieces. Oh my gosh, I'm not a pink or an orange person, but you put those two together and you've got me suckered right, and I just love it. So I chose this paper and I came up with the same technique and I made this gorgeous. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It can be masculine, it can be feminine, it can be fall, it can be spring, it can be summer, it can be anything. It's just such pretty paper. So I took those strips and made it into a cute little design. These colors, it's swooping in. I used the Love of Leaves, which is also a new stamp set and bundle coming out in the August through December mini catalog. So I stamped the hello on white, and then I punched it out with our classic label punch. And then I just popped up the end of it and glue dotted down this portion, so it's just sticking up on one end there. But I think this is my favorite card. Absolutely love it, and I hope you do too. So I'm going to post my card after this. I'm going to post my card on our group, and I would love to see what you come up with. I know there's going to be some fabulous creations, and I hope you enjoyed another episode of Scrappy Strips. I appreciate you being here. Reach out to me if you have any questions about placing an order for our fantastic products. I'm happy to help you, or you can just go to my website, which is also getting a facelift on August 4th. On August 4th, I'm excited. Not only does the new August through December mini catalog come out on August 4th, but also we're launching the new websites, which are going to have some great features that you are going to absolutely appreciate. I know I am too. The checkout's going to be easier. You'll have a wish list where you can have several wish lists, and you can even send a link from your wish list to someone special that should buy exactly what you want. So I'm excited for that. This all comes out, the catalog comes out on August 4th. It goes live for you to order products, and also our new website is revamped. Now there might be, if you have your password saved already on my online store, when this new website is launched, because it's a new platform, you may need to reset your password if you have it saved. So let me know if I can help you. It'll be an easy process, and you're gonna absolutely love it. You're gonna love the catalog. You're gonna love the new demonstrator, my online store, checkout process, wish list. It's all gonna be great. Again, Stampin' Up! Coordinates all these products for us and makes it really easy for us to create beautiful things. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Take good care. Stay well and be blessed.